Welcome to the Peak Mindset Show. My name is Mathew Park, and our aim is to inspire people to wake up and actualizing their true inner potential through the learning from the masters in life, business, and athletics. Today we have a special guest. She is one of the world's most accomplished weight loss success stories turned super fitness model, now having appeared in over 90 magazine covers and being a highly sought after power player in the wellness and fitness industry. She is the queen of webcam workouts, owning and running her own e-gym, JNL, fitnessstudioonline.com. She is the best-selling author to 13 books, with her latest just being released this month, 2017 in January, Volume 2 of When You Are Stuck and Need a Motivational Kick in the Butt. This is a power read. Grab your guys' copy on her site, JNL, fitnessstudioonline.com. With great pleasure, I want to welcome to the show the motivation powerhouse, Jennifer Nicole Lee.
Woo! I gotta ring the bell for that, Mathew. Oh my God, what a great introduction, and everyone out watching and listening, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really excited to empower everyone listening and just add that extra passion that we're all needing and that motivation. So thank you for your time, Mathew, and everyone out there listening.
It's truly a pleasure to have you on, Jen. Your background just goes on and on and on. You've done so many things. Tell us a bit about your background and why you got started in this industry with your background of your story.
Wow, that could be a long story. I'll try to give you the concise version.
Beautiful.
Well, I grew up Italian, immigrant parents, had little to nothing growing up, so I didn't really have a healthy childhood. It was a lot of lack, scarcity, and then I was like eating just to survive. So I saw a lot of harsh reality growing up. And then when I got out on my own, I would do the yo-yo dieting. I still couldn't get a control of my emotions, my weight, my eating. And I finally said, forget it. I'd been a size 2 dieting down to a size 16 and everyone in between. And then I got to just like elastic. It was just like, I couldn't even get any bigger. I just went to elastic. So I finally just got real with myself, Mathew, and I said, I've got to crack my weight loss code. I got to not only lose weight because I've lost weight. We all did the starvation diet. We got to be skinny fat. We've been there, right? But then I started seeing like these beautiful women on these fitness magazines I haven't seen before. And I said, there's something different about them. They're not skinny. They're strong. So I took my before photo after the birth of my children, and it was about 3 months after the birth of my second son. And I put it up in my bathroom, and then I took an after what I wanted to look like, which was like the women on Oxygen magazine, Muscle and Fitness, Hers, Fitness RX, and I put those as my after. And so every day I'd see that. Little did I know, I created a vision board, before, after, and I started training and researching and seeing what these women were doing. They were eating a lot of protein. They were doing more weight training than cardio. So I transformed my life from being that cardio queen to watching what these women were doing. And I really have embraced it. From there, Mathew, I entered competitions, and key media got a wind of my transformation story. And from there, here I am, fast forward now, 2017. I can't believe that. That was in 2003 when I started. Here I am, been blessed to have a wonderful, an amazing career. And just the people I met along the way, people like you that are just believers and motivators, and everyone out there listening, it's just been a fabulous journey.
So here's the thing most people don't know about you is you had no business experience before. You weighed over 200 pounds, and now you're super successful. You've been on over 90 magazine covers, now globally recognized. So these transformations happen somehow. So explain to us what happened.
Oh, that's a great question. And if anyone can see behind you, there's a lot of books there. And that is a big success key. You've got to see what people are doing. And successful people leave clues. Now, I love my family. But again, I grew up very poor, poverty level. They were working 3 jobs. And I was like always fending for myself. And I just said, you know what? I got to find a better way and learn what makes people successful. So not only did I delve into books, but I delve into the internet. What a powerful tool. And so when my babies would sleep, I would log online and see what these people were doing. So I learned from other mentors and experts in their field. And I learned that it was all about time management, goal setting, everything that your peak performance mindset and podcast and your philosophy stands for. That you got to have a very disciplined lifestyle. You have to use your time Don't let time use you. You have to always be setting goals, and you never ever take your eye off the prize. It's easy to get sidetracked and to give up, but you can never give up. And that's what I've learned. And I became just a student again, and teaching myself, going to seminars and webinars and listening to podcasts. And that's what really helped me learn everything. And the great thing is that the power of the internet, we can really empower ourselves.
I have a dying question to ask you, because when I was learning about you, you said that you're the happiest person in the world. And that's a bold statement. That's very bold. And I was like, okay, I got to ask this question. What is the secret? Is there something happened? I gotta know this stuff.
I love it. I love it. Well, honestly, it has to do with gratitude. When you exercise your gratitude muscles, and it's like going to the gym, Mathew. We can wake up feeling sorry for ourselves and not feeling happy or grateful. But I really believe, and from what I learned, when you wake up and you actually use your gratitude muscles and you force yourself to say, thank you for my strong, healthy mind and body. Thank you for my 2 feet, my 2 hands, my 2 eyes. Thank you for the air in my lungs. Thank you for another day. When you start going through that, I'm giving chills actually to myself. And it's hot here in Miami. But I don't know what just happened, but I just had a transformation of energy there. But when you start just with that attitude of gratitude, that's what really makes you happy. I've seen the worst of life. I've dealt with the desperation, the anxiety, the despair, the emotional eating. I've been there. I don't want to go back there. How do we not go back there? Well, you will look at the other side by exercising your gratitude muscles. Sounds crazy, but gratitude, they do have muscles. Make them strong. Whenever you're having a bad day, just stop. Don't let it zap your energy. Go through all the blessings that you have, and you'll feel a transformation in your spirit. And that's what makes anyone could be the happiest person in the world.
So what is your morning routine?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I really just, before my feet hit the ground, I wake up, and I usually wake up with tons of energy because I believe in nutrition and diet and exercise. And you should wake up really not even having an alarm clock. Your passions, your goals should really make you bounce out of bed. And if you're not hopping out of bed, you don't have enough goals. You don't have enough, to-dos to work towards your end game. So before I even get out of bed, I say a prayer and I said, thank you for this day. It gets my mind right. Then I just do my morning ritual, my shower, get my kids up, get them breakfast, getting back to school now. I'll get them to school. Pretty soon they'll be driving, but I'm still doing the mom carpool just like everyone else out there. Drive them to school, get back, and then I do my live webcam workouts at my e-gym mostly every day. I take one day off, which is Sunday, but I love to train. Wow. And so I do that every morning, 9 o'clock. Then I'll finish my webcam workouts. I'll upload the videos for the people that can't make the live replay, do the live class, they can do the replay. And then I'll do my to-dos, which is, running errands, interviews, consults, my business meetings, working on my projects. So that's really my morning. I'm a real morning person, which I was not before. Before I was not. So I had to really retrain myself. Now I love waking up with energy and having a clear focus for the day and making the day work for me, not me working for the day.
So what's your planning process that you do? Do you plan the night before? What do you do exactly to plan?
That's a great question. I do a lot of different things. I take it monthly. If you were to peek into my room, and I'm sure you've seen my different videos, but I have dry erase boards everywhere. I do have a calendar. I like just to go old school as well. Like I just do this and I'll write in what I need to do for January. Yep. And then I'll use this. But really I use my goals first, then I reverse engineer. Okay. But for day to day, I'll use a calendar planner. But definitely, you have to prepare. Whatever works best for you, do it. And I had to learn the hard way. I try to do it some other ways that people suggested, but I use what works for me. Just always visual in front of me, on my phone, in my planner. And when you see it, it reminds you, and you're always going to take action. And you use time. Everyone has got 24 hours in a day. How to use your 24 hours is really showcases if you're going to be successful or not.
So now you have an amazing amount of energy. I love it. It just juices me right up over here in Canada, freezing my glutes off over here. So I'll let you stay in Miami and in that hot weather. But I got to know what motivates you every day. So does Jennifer ever have an off day? And if you have an off day, how do you turn it into an amazing day?
I love that. You know what? I'm 41, and I always believe that experience gives you great amount of wisdom. And I've learned the hard way that you've got to really invest in yourself, and you got to keep angels around you and people that believe in you, and they're not going to slow you down. And I like to say that it's not the quantity of people that you have around you, but the quality.
Right.
And you got to be very selective of your inner circle. The people around you, they could be energy vampires that drain you, that are always complaining and always whining, or people that pump you up and get you excited and help you with your goals. And so that's very important. The people and the energy you keep around you. Also, nutrition is so important. You cannot be living off of cigarettes and Red Bull and expect yourself to be healthy. And people are coming to me, and they are, what you put into your body is giving you life. And I, not to plug my 7-day fat fruit flush, but this is what gives me natural energy. I'm really big into juicing, and I don't know if you've read or heard my first book. I'll go ahead and share it with everyone. This is Mind, Body, and Soul Diet book.
Wow.
If The Secret was a weight loss book, this would be it. I have endorsements from Jack Canville and also Marcy Shimoff and Dr. Joe Vitale. And in the back section, I have a whole chapter on juicing. Why? Because it's so important. When you take living things and you digest living things, you're going to naturally have more energy. So you don't need the caffeine. You don't need the fake energy. And you're going to actually have a beautiful disposition. Wow. Sounds hokey pokey. It sounds hippie. It sounds tree hugger. I know, but I've also learned the hard way what works and doesn't work. So juicing, eating healthy, as clean as you can, as close to Mother Nature also motivates me and keeps me great disposition. A lot of people on the junk food, they have the mood swings and the depression. It's all linked.
Totally.
You know, so that's very important as well.
So that book you just mentioned, where can they find that book?
Oh, great question. You can go to Amazon.com, you know, the 800-pound gorilla where everyone is, Amazon.com, or any major bookstore, online or offline.
Because you have 13 books, right?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Wow.
I'm a big nerd. I love to write. I don't.
I'm like, where does she get the time? She's a mom.
I know. I have a lot of. I'm like I'm cranking them out. I love it. I love it. Well, that's a great question. I'll tell you what my secret is. If you streamline the writing process, which a lot of people have writer's block or they can't get their words out, there's a lot of great tools, tips, and techniques that you can do to expedite the process. So you're not like 2 years later, like I'm still working on my book. So I've written a lot of programs, digital products. You know, I've been in the game for way too long. I'm an oldie but goodie, as they say. But I think, you know, practice makes perfect. So yeah, my 13th book, this was my first book actually 10 years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's been fun. I love to write and I love to share and to empower people. You know that.
Well, what's really interesting about you, Jen, because I'm watching a lot of your videos on your Instagram page, and you know you've been around this industry for how many years now? How many decades?
Oh gosh, I started in 2003. So you know, in 2023, that'll be. Oh God, I don't even want to think.
Well, it's crazy because your motivation is like, it's so intense. Like you're so positive. And that's what really drew me into your energy. I'm like, I got to get this girl on the show because I want to share with other listeners and other moms, you know, who are over 40 and saying it is possible. It's totally possible.
It's very possible. And you should never give up on your goals. And you should never, ever second doubt yourself and second guess yourself, because you almost have to fail your way to success. And I've done that and I've been there. Failing your way to success is the most amazing experience because you get to see firsthand what works and what doesn't work. You get to see firsthand the emotional fortitude that you have that you don't have. When you get your ass handed to you, you've got to get back up fast because let me tell you what, you know, life can steamroll you or you can bounce back up. And that's what I believe. Always bounce back up and never give up.
So what is one of Jen's failures that really just catapulted you into massive success?
That's a great question. I believe that the failure of wanting to lose weight unhealthy, where when I first started my weight loss transformation, I started the right way with the foundation of I just want to be healthy and have energy. I don't care about the number on the scale. I don't care if I'm still wearing my pregnancy clothes. I just want to be able to jump out of bed and have energy. What I learned before is that I was the cardio queen. I was doing 2 hours of cardio. I was eating maybe 1,000 calories a day. I wasn't healthy at all. I was killing myself in the workouts. I was eating little to nothing, and I had no energy. And that was really hit me so hard, Mathew, is that I don't want to exercise just to be a certain weight or a certain body type or a certain size. I want to exercise for energy. I don't believe in age. Age is nothing but a number. What I really grade people on is that their ability to jump out of bed and have energy and have stamina. So I learned, great question, the biggest failure I had was doing the starvation diet and just eating little to nothing and doing tons of cardio and getting down like to 118 pounds. I had no energy. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, if this is my goal weight, and I looked at myself in the mirror, I don't want this anymore. It's a golden prison. I might look good on the outside, but I am not happy. So I knew I was onto something, and I cracked the weight loss code. And that's why I really believe that I am the happiest person in the world, because I know that all that glitters ain't gold, right?
Wow, that is amazing. So I'm also hearing about this e-gym. Okay, that you also have. So tell us about this e-gym and how this is disturbing and just crushing it in the industry, and just, what basically this thing is all about.
My e-gym is my baby. I absolutely love it because it is a solution for busy people. We're all busy. Busy is our middle name. Everyone has got so much to do and not enough time to do it in. So this solves everything. It's an amazing solution because I give people back their time. I give them back their authority of their own body because, Mathew, you know this. A lot of people go sign up at the gym. They buy a package with a trainer. They're told, do this exercise, eat this many calories, you'll be fit and healthy. But it's almost like our mind is taken out of the whole entire process, where I love to get inside people's heads and motivate them, actually irritate their pain and say, look, if you're not going to take action, and when are you going to take action? If not you, then who? If not now, then when? And when they get real with themselves and they're training in the comfort and privacy of their own home, all they have to do is wake up, put on their tennis shoes. They don't need to put on something cute. They don't need to pack their gym bag. They don't need to bring their drinks. They don't need to bring their towel. They don't need to drive. They don't need to walk in, bring out the barcode and get lost in that sea of equipment. And then they have to, deal with other people's sweat. Then they have to drive home. And then it's like by the time you get home, you're exhausted. So wake up, train, and on to the next. That's what it's all about. That's why I love JNLFitnessStudioOnline.com. That's why it is the bomb diggity fresh with a bag of chips.
Guys, now is your JNL, is that mainly for women?
It is, and I designed it that way, and I'll tell you why. And Mathew, that's a very great question, because a lot of women get intimidated training in front of men because they're not really secure in themselves, or they might have a little bit more weight to lose, and they're just starting back. So I really have created this as a safe haven for them. Non-judgmental zone, no body shaming, come as you are. And we have a sisterhood, and it's very, 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 I really, how do I say, I protect it. I don't want anybody just coming in trying to look around. It's a very, very beautiful platform. But I do take privates one-on-one, and I've had male clients before, which is great because I can hang right there with them, So that's to answer your question.
So I want to dive a bit about, a bit more personal, if you don't mind. And personal meaning more so in this industry of fitness, right? Yes. We can get so caught up in this industry of egotism and all about the physical. And I've noticed you've been able to really balance things very well. So, obviously as a woman, whether you're a man or a woman, you're going to obviously fight those things. But how do you, when someone comes to you and is in that issue of always just focusing on, vanity and in their looks and never from the inside, how do you, what would you tell somebody how to really balance that out?
I love that question. And I would say when you are looking at health and wellness, it should not be to be eye candy. It should be more about being soul food. Right. You have a choice. Do you want to just look good to get approval from other people? Or do you want to be healthy because you want to fight diabetes, cancer, and you also want to be a good example to your family, to your children, to those around you? And I came from, the fitness competitor world. I started competing in 2003, actually, when I lost my 80 pounds. And when I was over 200 pounds, I'd just given birth to Dylan, and I started training 8 months later. In November, I was in a competition, and I placed first runner-up. So I was, immersed in the whole eye candy look and a certain measurements and I went through that and sometimes you leave a competition and you leave so empty. But what I've learned along the way as I evolved as a person, as a fitness trainer and a master trainer, I believe that you must have your priorities right. I think that you must train just for complete health, wellness, balance. You said it so correctly, Mathew. Balance is so important. If you don't have balance, you're living a very unbalanced lifestyle.
Okay, so now here's one more question, digging one layer deeper. So
Yes.
you look at yourself when you first started, and you obviously had great success early on, years ago. Now look at yourself now. What do you define success differently now as opposed to when you first started and had the success then?
You have such powerful questions. This podcast is lit. I know for a fact inside my spirit, the true definition for success for me now is being able to look in the mirror and have inner peace, knowing that I've helped so many other people get out of their own self-inflicted restrictions and self-inflicted, sabotage and people, just being a coach to help people move out of their own way and see how strong they are. If I changed one person's life, if I helped to improve their lifestyle so they can take positive action in their life, whether it's leaving a bad relationship, working towards to landing their dream job, or getting healthy, not a certain size or shape or number on the scale, that to me is success. And I can say that because, yes, I'm very financially successful. Thank you, God. Yes, I have 90 magazine covers. Yes, I have 13 books. Yes, I have an amazing worldwide following. But at the end of the day, when it's between me and myself, and I can look at myself in the mirror and I said, I put all in. I put all my energy on the table. I didn't leave anything, unturned. That's when I know that is the true definition of success.
Interesting. So here's one more layer deeper. Now, I'm going to go to the topic of self-worth, okay?
Yes.
And when you look at yourself back then, okay, defining your self-worth compared to your... Because I find you very comfortable talking about success, and that is beautiful because most people hide behind a glass, right?
Yes.
And I can imagine maybe you had that issue when you were younger. I don't know, but I would love to hear where the self-worth has shifted or where it's at.
Oh, I love it. You know what? I think when you understand that you have everything inside you that you already need to be successful, and you stop looking outward. I'm giving myself chills again. And again, it's like 90 degrees here, mommy. But when you talk the truth, you feel it in your body, yes? When you realize everything is inside of you, the inward journey, I've been everywhere. I've been all over Europe, Asia, Hong Kong, you name it, I've been there. But I believe the inward journey is the most amazing journey. That sounds, I know, hokey pokey, tree hugger, hippie-ish, but it's the truth. You got to really have integrity. You've got to have self-worth. How do you do that? Through hard work. The feeling you get, Mathew, after setting all your goals up and then smashing them, and you did it yourself, and maybe you called upon a couple of angels to help you out. That right there gives you the sense of accomplishment and success that nobody can take and nobody can steal from you. We can all buy a designer bag. We can all get those red bottom shoes. But look, anyone can take that. It collects dust. When you work on yourself and you, again, raise the bar for yourself and you say, I don't know how it's going to happen, but one day at a time, I'm going to do it. That's success, and that's where I get really excited. You know what I mean? To see transformation of people's spirits that way. That's what my just like, I can't even describe it. That's what really gets me excited.
Wow. We're going to dive into the next series of questions called the Peak 5. But before we go into those questions, I want everybody to know that she's actually going to be giving away a special little surprise at the end. So, guys, you got to listen to the end to learn what this thing is going to be. So stay on this show, guys. So the next question is the Peak 5, Jen. So we're going to go into question number 1, which is basically what is someone that's been a very high influence, a mentor in your life, and why were they so impactful in your life?
I love it. I got a couple, and I'll make it fast. Jane Fonda, because when I was growing up, and I never saw a real healthy woman before, because I was around a lot of emotional eaters and heavy women that just ate a lot. And I saw this woman on TV, and I was little, and she was wearing this lavender leotard, and I said, well, this is an alien. I don't see women like this. I want to be her. She was so comfortable in her body, and she was like doing the pelvic thrust, and I was like, it was like mind-blowing for me. I'll never forget that. And now I get to do what she's doing, but in my sort of fun way. Number one. Also, Tony Robbins. Wow, he is phenomenal. You cannot not love that man. I mean, all he does 365 days out of the year is help people through his CDs, his tapes, his books. He's phenomenal. And I'm also now really into this new guy. Oh, he's been around forever, but this is Gary Vee.
Oh, yeah.
I love him, so I'm excited about, reading his stuff. But I like him, and I'll tell you why. Because I love Tim Ferriss. He's all about the 4-hour work week. Work 4 hours and, residual income, affiliate income. That's cool. But this guy kind of flipped the switch. He was like, work all the time, work smart, work hard, work, and even work some more. So I kind of like him pushing their buttons, not to be lazy. So Gary Vee, big ups to Gary Vee. Woo!
That is such a good topic there, Jen, like even like subject to talk about, because it's almost like people have been conditioned to just expect everything. And I see you working so much, and you're so passionate about what you do. And you mentioned Tony, he's working every day, but he loves it. And you can tell you love what you do.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's like 10, 11, 12-hour straight work shifts, and it's like, you have to really unplug me to trying to get me to rest. But I love that. I get off on it. I'm like, I cannot live my life any other way. I would feel like I have FOMO, fear of missing out if I'm just like resting on the beach or, napping all day. I couldn't do that.
This is not you at all. You got to be in the action. Oh, I love it. This is awesome. Number 2, what is the most influential book you've ever read?
Oh, well, I got to go there. The Bible. I mean, the Bible, really. That's true. 10 Commandments, the parable, the parable of the sower. One sower took one seed, hid it, made a little plant, the other one planted a whole farm. I love that one. Sermon on the Mount. I could go on and on and on. So the Bible, really, to be honest.
I love it. Number 3, what's your most influential quote?
I'm always about believe and never give up. You got to believe, because sometimes you can't see it. And that's what got me to transform my body. I didn't see myself ever getting finally in shape and staying in shape, because I went like this my whole entire life. So I saw it. I visualized it. I'm giving myself chills again. This is crazy.
I have a question, Jen. So if you said you were like this, right? So then what did you do to become like this?
I was like this because my mind was not right. And because I said, diet, starvation, get to that weight. And I got there and I wasn't happy. So I ate again. And I was like this. So then what I said early on in the podcast was I had to get real and just work out and exercise and eat healthy. For that, it wasn't about the number on the scale. I just had to just do it every day, like brushing my teeth, taking a shower. It's part of my lifestyle. I exercise, I eat healthy. And whatever my body ends up looking like after doing that every day forever, that's what my body's going to look like. And I'm not going to body shame me. I'm not going to pinch and say this and that and the other. And then when I switched on that mindset, I got my dream body. That's the funny thing. I'm telling you, it's like mind-blowing, and that's the power of the mindset. So believe. You got to believe it to see it. And then also never give up, because when you give up, we know what happens. You slide back down. You got to think about this. What you want in life, you got to always be ready to push the boulder up the mountain. It's going to be an endless pushing that boulder up the mountain. Guys, you wake up, you push the boulder up the mountain. You go to bed, you take a break, okay? You never give up. Don't let that boulder crush you down. And when you get momentum going, you can't stop, because when you stop, you go down to the bottom. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's true. When you stop, you're not just staying stagnant, guys. You're down at the bottom again. So never stop, never give up.
That's good. Is there one specific technique or ritual you did to reprogram your mind, okay, in this process to go away from this, even though it was the food thing, right? You mentioned the food, to make it go like this.
My mindset had to get on a different frequency, knowing that it wasn't going to be a short-term, quick fix, Band-Aid approach, which I did in the past, which was like that quick 2-week diet, 14-day thing. And I got very diligent with my time. This is a huge one. I looked at myself and I said, wow, I'm letting this person drain my energy. I'm letting this habit soak up a lot of my time, right? And I just asked myself this very important question. Everyone out there listening, ask yourself, first of all, get clear with your goals. What do you want? Number one, that's what I did. I had to get clear. What do I want? I want to have energy, stamina, endurance. Be a good example to those around me. Have goals. And then you got to ask yourself, okay, does this person, place, thing, activity, habit, mindset, thought, does it help me achieve that?
Right.
Or does it hinder me? If it hinders you, get rid of it or put yourself on a diet, get away from those people or those habits, and then replace with things that help you. And I got really respectful of my time. I started guarding it like gold. No one was going to drain my time or energy. Matt, we only have enough time in the day. So that was a big, big thing for me.
Well, I think I just wrote a note down for myself because you just reminded me to be more conscious of my time. So thank you for that, Jen. That was just awesome. I love it. What a good reminder, guys. Guard your time.
Oh, thank you. And you know what you got to really do, and especially after the kids come, because it's like juggling plates. I always joke that I feel like I'm juggling plates, going this, and then you can't let the plates fall. You have to keep on moving and keep your eye on the prize.
I love it. That's awesome. Number 4 is if you could tell your 20-year-old self one lesson, and guys, just so you know, she's young 41, okay?
Thank you.
Is what would you tell yourself?
I love this question. If I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self, I would say, when you're starting out in the game, people will really tell you whatever you want to hear just to con you or convince you or persuade you. So I would say myself, look, really stick to your guns, have that mental toughness, don't bend or sway, and really stick to what is good for you. Don't go and do things for other people that you might think, well, if I do this for them, they'll help me. You got to really be crystal clear with that. And it's not worth it. Not all successful things are worth having. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of bad people out there in the industry. It's sad to say. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of bad people that want to control you, mind control you, play games with you. So I would tell my 20-year-old self, keep your eye on the prize, stay true to yourself, integrity, again, work hard, and also enjoy the journey because it goes so fast. I can't believe that my sons are going to be 16 now. And 14, and it's like done. They're out. So maybe when they were younger, I enjoyed that time more because I was really working a lot and on the road more. But so savor every moment.
That is such a great, I love that lesson so much. Number 5, if there is one that you can contribute to in the world with no limits at all, what would the contribution be?
Wow. I would love to help raise their emotional IQ. What the hell does that mean, right? We always hear about intelligent IQ, like, oh, that person's real smart. But what about if we raised our emotional IQ? That means that if I could help through my story increase the quality of human nature, of our relationships with each other, of us helping each other, of us not turning a blind eye to situations that might not really deal with us. I believe that we are all emotional beings, but sometimes life forces you to kind of be cut, neutered, or spayed from that energy. But if we can really come together as humans, I see so much negativity online. You guys see it too. It's so hard, really ugly to see. But if we could really just help each other and make the world a better place, I know it sounds hippie and like all kumbaya-ish, but it's true. That's what I'd like to contribute to help the emotional suffering that people are going through lack, scarcity, and not believing in themselves, and to loving themselves more, and to self-respect. You don't need to get all these likes on your booty pic to have a sense of respect for yourself. And that's the era we're living in. So that's what I'd like to contribute.
When you talk about like self-respect or even self-love, okay?
Yes.
In this industry, how do you teach people who come to you and you see that? Like, what do you suggest for a lesson you would tell someone like that?
I like to use this exercise in my coaching. Being a certified life coach, I actually take them on a very quick visualization exercise where I say, imagine you have a kid or a pet or a daughter or a son, someone that you hold very precious. You want to protect them. Would you give them something unhealthy to eat? Would you tell them bad things like you're fat, you're lazy, you're a slob? Would you, tell them you look ugly in that? No, they would not. But the horrible thing is that's what people are doing to themselves. A lot of the women that I coach, they're telling themselves, I'm not good enough. I'm ugly. I'm overweight. I look horrible. I'm not sexy. I have no confidence. I don't believe in myself. And I really give them that exercise because they would not do that to their best friend or their daughter, their son, or a loved one, but they do it to themselves.
Huh.
So I really, it's weird to
Wow.
think about it that way. I tell them stop, self-love, self-respect. Working out is not selfish. I come from an era when my mom, it was not cool to work out because that was selfish. You should be in the kitchen cooking, you should be cleaning, taking care of the babies. But I wanted to break that ceiling for women and help them know that if you're taking care of yourself, you're going to be happier all around, and you're not going to be jaded, you're going to be joyful. You're not going to be bitter, you're going to be better. You're not going to be sour, you're going to be sweet. You're going to be you're going to be great to be around.
There is so many gems in this episode. I got to say, this has absolutely been fabulous. I definitely want to have you on again.
Yeah.
We can definitely work off and see what the listeners want and what they're looking for, because you literally just gave from top to bottom a whole list of, like, I got pages here of sneaky notes I was putting on the corners. So
I love it.
So Jen, do you want to share anything extra before we go into the special surprise at the end of what they're going to be? Anything you want to add to the show?
I would love to add that, I really feel blessed to have accomplished so much in my life, but I also want people to know that they might look at your life, Matt, or my life. You can't judge a book by its cover. I have been through hell and back 10 times. I work, like you see it, I work a lot, but I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But I always want people to know that if you want something, you got to really not just be interested in it. You have to be committed. You have to always, every day, be ready to put your all in. Being a fitness model is not all glamorous. You got to pack your stuff. You got to bring it there. You got to deal with the lights. You have to deal with the personalities, the divas. Traveling is hard. Working with the editors of the magazines, working with the publishers, editors. It's not easy, but when you always remind yourself of the why you started, you have to have a very strong why. Why I started is because I want to have a powerful impact and to help people that are silently suffering in their own life. When I remind myself of that, it's not hard work. So it becomes really joyful for me. So I want people just to know, they might say, oh, she lives in a big house and she's got everything that she wants. But no, it's hard work. I came from nothing. And I think that was a blessing coming from nothing, because then I had such a strong work ethic, and I never took anything for granted because I know it can be easily taken away. So I think that's what I love to share with everyone, and to help everyone out in 2017. This is our year. We're going to have a success breakthrough year, and then I'm always here just an email away to help everyone. So that's what I want to share with everyone.
That is fantastic. Energy packed. Motivation powerhouse right there, Jen. So Jen, do you want to share this this special little gift? I wouldn't say little, but this is a pretty powerhouse gift that you're going to be offering tonight.
Yes, I'm going to be offering that. I'm actually going to be giving away my 13th book. This is volume 2 of When You're Stuck in a Rut and Need a Motivational Kick in the Butt. This is amazing because it's almost like chicken soup for the soul, but of women's and women's stories. I'm going to be giving away to one lucky listener this book. The first person to email me at JenniferNicole@gmail.com will get an autographed book sent to them at no charge. So I'm excited about giving this away. And you see I'm actually reading it. I'm reading everyone's story. I love it. I'm like a little bookworm.
So you were saying, Jen, it was what? The Jennifer Nicole?
Yeah. JenniferNicole@gmail.com.
Awesome. Guys, we'll have that in the show notes, guys, so don't forget when this goes live. The first person to email Jen will receive a free copy, all taken care of, to your front door. Jen, it's been a pleasure to have you. Where can we find you online?
Yes, you can find me at my e-gym at jnlfitnessstudioonline.com. Also my main website, which is just my name.com. I have an Instagram page. I have 3 actually, one for Fun Fit Foodie, one for the main lifestyle site, and one for the e-gym, which is JNL Fitness Studio Online. And of course, I'm just an email away, so you can always find me there as well.
Guys, go check her out. Go follow her inspirational videos. Go check out her books, her 13, and I'm sure you're going to have another 5 more come out in the next 5 years. And also your podcast as well, correct?
Yes. I'll be doing a couple of new podcasts, and I got to interview you for the next one. You're amazing. Mathew Park, you're phenomenal. Your integrity, your class act, and you dedicating yourself to personal excellence and helping other people empower themselves. I salute you. I celebrate you.
Thank you, Jen. I really appreciate that very much. Coming from that means very much. So thank you very much, Jen. Guys, it's been an amazing episode. Follow Jennifer Nicole on her Instagram and Facebook. And guys, don't forget to email her on the first person that gets that email will get a free book. So Jen, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everyone. But this goes live. It's probably going to be 1 month into the new year. So your book will be already available for purchase. Awesome.
Wonderful.
All right, guys. Wishing everybody here an epic day. And thank you again, Jen.
Thank you. Bye-bye.